Hello, everyone. Looks like James is muted. Oh, there he is.
Nah, I'm here.
You're here. All right. This is kind of weird. We haven't had a Saturday stream for a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. You know, things happen. Things happen, but that's okay. Yeah. How is everyone's weekends going? Looks like we got hacks.
Going pretty good.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me move things around. Okay. I lost the window for chat.
Uh-oh.
Find it again. Ta-da. Okay.
Also, hello, Pen.
Hello, Hexorus. Hello, Pen. Welcome in. Welcome in.
I'll get Splatoon ready to go on my end for you.
Mm-hmm.
Working in the heat, but fine. Make sure you stay hydrated, my friend.
Yeah.
Please stay hydrated.
Needless to say, it's gonna be a scorcher no matter where you are in the summer.
Yeah. Mine is still not really going good, but it'll do. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
I hope it goes better.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyways, we are here now.
Yes, we are here. Our friend Tony is going to be joining us a little bit later. I don't know when exactly he will be here, but expect him a bit later tonight.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to kind of preface this. So the reason why I wanted to do this, you might have seen this in, the title and the scrolling text there at the beginning. This past May was the 10th anniversary of the Splatoon series. And this series holds a very special place in me, James, and Tony's hearts. So we thought, why not talk about it? I was initially not planning.
One of those.
I was initially not planning for another discussion stream so soon, but this just kind of fell in my lap, and I thought it would be a great discussion topic.
Yeah, it's gonna be another one of those discussion streams.
We're gonna see some good egg hunting tonight. Yes, we will be playing some Salmon Run tonight. That will be a bit later because we are waiting for the rotation to switch. So in the meantime,
actually,
it did already switch.
Yeah, it actually already switched. Reset is literally stream start time tonight.
Cool.
Yeah.
But
no, we're only going to do that for half a stream.
Yeah. But first, I'm going to be playing some ranked. James will not be joining me for that, just because that is not his expertise. So he's going to let me take the reins on that.
Yeah, and as we talk about, as we go through our discussion points, we'll get into more on my thoughts on ranked. But yeah, for now, just know I will not be joining for this segment. Of course, I'm here watching. Why don't I hear audio?
From the game? Oh, because I have the thing muted. I have it muted right now.
Okay. So that all right, cool.
That was intentional, yes. All right.
Gotcha.
Without further ado, I think we should switch on over to the game. Right, I heard it's cutthroat. It can be.
That's actually a very good description of it. It can be cutthroat.
Yes. Okay, shall we get started with our first discussion topic? That is, how did we get into Splatoon?
And
I'll let you get started.
For each one of these questions, everyone in chat, if you have history with the series and know and have played the games, feel free to give your thoughts as well. So how did you guys get into Splatoon? I guess that's how you get started. If you'd like, I can go first.
Yes, I would say go ahead and get started while I start this match here.
Yeah. So,
nice. That's a great fucking start.
I knew about this series for a decent while before I actually started playing it. it first launched on Wii U in 2015. At the time, I owned a Wii U, yes, but I lived in a college dorm room, and let's just say that the internet there is not great.
Yeah, it's always kind of
If
finicky.
existent at all. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well,
It's saying the connection is unstable. That's not good.
at least you're still able to move.
Yeah, thank God. I'm not frozen in place.
Yeah. But yeah, when the game first released, I was interested in it, but I was not confident enough in my internet to actually like play it for myself and
nice.
be interested in downloading. It'd be interested in getting it. Hector says, it might sound corny, but I got into Splatoon watching these streams and the character designs. Yeah, and that's
Nice.
ooh, good dodge. That was close. Yeah, yeah, I saw gameplay. I saw like the characters in series, and I thought it was interesting, but I did not play it at first. That is until the launch of Splatoon 2 on the Switch. It was made available. It was made available not quite at launch, but close to launch. And by that point, I had changed where I was living. Instead of living in a college dorm, I had changed. I had changed what college I was going to, and was back home living with my parents, and they had decent Wi-Fi.
Eh.
So, but I was much more confident in actually like being able to play the game. So that's when my interest was piqued again.
Ow.
When I got a Wii U, it was the first shooter you enjoyed. Yeah, and actually, Pen, I'm right there with you. I had played other shooters before. Like I forget which Halo entry I played the entire campaign with a couple friends. But that Halo night was my first experience with shooters. My second was TF2 on my laptop, which 2012 laptops not that great running even games like TF2. I still enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Splatoon was the first shooter that I actually really got into. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the game, the second game, after it released. I did end up going back and playing the first game. Well, not going back to it. I actually played the first game a little bit before the second game released. But yeah, my history of the series really starts with the second.
My history, or like where I got started with the games, is not as complicated as James. So of course, like a lot of people, my first exposure was, you know, when it got revealed in a Nintendo Direct. At first it didn't pique my interest. Okay, nice double kill from me before I died. Anyways.
Nice.
It didn't pique my interest at first because I was never really interested in shooters. But what really made me want to get the game was really just seeing them play it at the Nintendo World Championships they held that year. It was like the week or so.
I know
of the
what
game,
you're talking about.
Like the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it came out initially. And I was like, wait a minute, this actually looks fun. So later, I don't remember if it was like later that week or the next week. It was somewhere close to that time. I got a copy of Splatoon, and I've been a fan since. I've been playing since pretty much the start. So I am addicted to this game. Probably not as much as James, because his playtime is a lot more than
Well,
me.
hold up. we gotta qualify that talk when we get to it. But okay, that's
he's
interesting.
got
I
more
know
playtime
exactly
than
what.
me.
Yeah, but our count isn't everything.
True.
But that is it. That is an interesting discussion point. I forgot that they had that at that World Championships. That was a. I remember watching that. I don't remember. I don't think I watched it live, but I watched the whole
I
thing.
watched it live.
And it was super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I was like 15 or 14 at the time, so.
Yeah. Yeah. What year did you say it was? 2017?
2015.
Okay, it was 2015 World Championships, which. Yeah, that was the one where they capped it off with Mario Maker when at the time Mario Maker hadn't released, and that was super cool to me. I remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will read off what Tony said because he did put something in here. He said he was interested since the first trailer. Picked it up the first week after the game's launch, and he has become a huge fan since then. So Tony's a lot like me. He's been with the series since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ironically, when it comes to like year numbers in series history, you guys have me beat.
Yeah, we've been with the series since the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Whereas I really only got started in 2.
Yeah. I remember when 2 got revealed, I screamed. I was so excited. All right.
Yeah. I will say something that Penn said kind of brought back some memories as well. He said, "I enjoyed 2, but kept missing the Splatfest due to work schedules, and you were so late to 3 that you didn't even bother." And that's entirely understandable. For me, it was almost the same case with Splatoon 1. By the time I was back home and had decent internet connection, by that point, all the Splatfests were done in Splatoon 1. They had done their final fest, the Caliburst Marie Splatfest.
Yeah, it wasn't as grandiose as the ones we have nowadays.
Yeah, I'd have to look back and see exactly when they revealed Splatoon 2, but
it was during the Nintendo Switch presentation.
Was that January of that year?
I don't remember.
I think it was that. I think it was calendar year 2017. I just don't remember when in 2017. And it was around that point when I moved back home to where I was more confident in that. Hi, Galax.
Hey, Galax.
Welcome in. Galax, out of curiosity, if you're into Splatoon at all, our first topic is how'd you get into the series? Just curious.
January of 2016. Are you sure?
Wait, hold up. There's no way the Switch presentation was... Oh, okay, 2017. Okay, yes, it was 2017.
Yeah, okay, so we were right.
January 2017. Yeah.
I know my memory is short
so if that's
sometimes.
the case, then yes, Splatoon... If that's the case, then yes, Splatoon 2 was out by the time I had played... By the time... or Splatoon 2 had been announced but was not released yet by the time I moved home. Yeah.
I was still in high school. I was like, what was I? I was a sophomore. I played Splatoon on the Wii U, so I'm an OG player. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, just like C and Tony. I was saying earlier, Galax, before you joined, my hours with Splatoon 1 consists only of single player. I went back and played it. Well, not went back. There was a short period of time between when I got home and had internet, and before Splatoon 2 launched, that I played Splatoon 1, basically just single player and a little bit of multiplayer, and that was it. Because once Splatoon 2 released, I went to that one and didn't go back.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Hexra says, to be fair, when I saw Splatoon for the first time, I thought it was weird. I thought it was a weird Finding Nemo game, but now I'm dead wrong. All the characters are so different. Yeah, I could. The undersea aesthetic. Either I could see that. I could also see some people thinking like, oh, Little Mermaid something. I don't know.
I mean, it has a bunch of sea creatures.
I never had a Wii U, but I did try playing 3 and I sucked at it. Well, that's fair. That's understandable.
Okay, bro, you just wasted your special. Great job. Anyways, let's move on to our next topic. What's our favorite game in the series and why? I know we kind of talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, why don't you go first on this one?
Okay. I have two answers. Main game, I think 3. I think 3 is probably the best. It's hard to, but even though I love 3, it still has some issues that I think, you know, could have been done better, and things like that. But if we're throwing the DLCs in the mix, I gotta say Octo Expansion.
Oh yeah.
From Splatoon 2.
A lot of people say that Octo Expansion is, and to be honest, I kind of agree. The better DLC campaign.
Yeah, we'll get to talking about the story stuff and all that fun jazz in a little bit.
Yeah. Hacker says, for me, 3, the music, lore, and DLC. Yeah, fair enough. For me, we kind of touched on it before, but everybody here knows at this point, my mode is Salmon. That is the only mode of the game that I take seriously, and well, okay, that's a poor thing I'm going to say. It's more so that it's the only one that I spend any time in. And only 2 of the games have Salmon Run, and between the 2, 3's is miles better than 2's Salmon Run. Just in almost any aspect that you could possibly name. So it's really just for that reason that 3 is my preferred of the games. I don't have any reason to go back to 1 or 2 personally. But that is just me. Though DLC campaign is very compelling, I do agree that Octo Expansion is the better of the 2 DLC campaigns. Although I will still shout out Side Order. Side Order is still extremely fun, but I know this about me. I am a sucker for a good roguelike. So
we'll talk about that later.
Penn says, I gotta go with 2. Both main story and gameplay. I haven't played 3, sadly, and 1 was the original. So okay, that's understandable. You don't have experience with 3, so you're going with 2. Very understandable. Yeah.
That is a completely valid reason.
Yeah. Though it is worth noting, even though I prefer 3, I did spend more time in multiplayer with 2. I think I played that off and on for a good, almost the entire first year that it was out. Whereas Splatoon 3's multiplayer, I basically dropped playing multiplayer after the first season. I only stuck with Salmon Run after that. But that is just me and how and why and how I play games.
Yeah, that's just how you play games, which is okay.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't like Salmon Run, I'll still play it, for fun sometimes, but it's not, the main reason I come to this game.
Yeah. You come for the ranked battles, for a variety of modes, not just
Tower Control, fuck. I might switch weapons after this match.
Fair enough.
I was really wanting to do Bucket, but looks like Bucket is not the way to go today. I know I've won my 2 matches, but I feel like I could do better. Anyways,
that's all right. It's good to show multiple play styles.
Yes. Next question we got on here is, what do we love about Splatoon? What do we like about Splatoon?
What makes you keep coming back to the game?
Ooh.
For me personally, we kind of got into it. I take salmon run very seriously. I do, well, at least seriously enough to just play randoms. I don't know. The PvE gameplay is extremely fun to me. It is the only mode I go back to. Every now and again I do a run of side order just for funsies.
Yeah. Though sometimes I will drag him through Turf War at the very least. I know better not to take him through ranked. I just know sometimes I'll take him through Turf War whenever there's a Splatfest, because at least that's
yeah.
something.
Splatfest, you gotta. Yeah.
It's something a bit more tame.
And that's something else that can bring people back into the game. The Splatfest themselves. It's a.
Oh yeah, there's always.
It's an event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's always something to do, but that's kind of a yes/no answer. When the game's going through its initial release stuff, then yes, there's always something to do. Now that
when they're adding new content on a regular basis.
Yes. Now that we have passed that for this game, it's kind of a hit or miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely agree on that.
The sense of community and individualism in the game, and your custom angling in Splatfest. Oh yeah, I love Splatfest. They're really fun, and I love streaming those for you.
Yeah.
I love streaming those for you guys as well, because at least it brings conversation about what the theme is and things like that. I like getting you guys involved. Like, even though, hey, you can't all play with me, at least it gets you guys involved and talking about it too.
Yeah, it gives you a fun question to ponder, and then lets you battle it out for funsies.
Yes.
Which then sometimes have implications on the lore of the game.
Yes.
Which that's the interesting part. Like just having say in the direction
lore?
of the game.
Oh,
is
I
really
love.
Cool.
I absolutely love that. Where we, the fans, are just like, what do we want for the next game? Though I feel like for 3 they kind of didn't. They leaned less into that this time compared to the last one. So
oh yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes whenever the next game comes out.
Yeah, I would agree on that. Though it is worth noting that there are still definitely lore implications on the smaller Splatfest. Like, I remember the ice cream and cake one. I'll be honest, I forgot which team actually won that one.
It was Team Ice Cream.
I know it was referenced in a later Splatfest, at least in the discussion that they had beforehand.
Yeah, but I will also bring up something Galax said that I agree with. The art direction. I really like the art direction of this series. And just how unique it is. I just love how unique this game is. And the fact that, you have all these unique weapons. It just screams, this series just screams sheer personality. Nice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and I got to agree on that. You guys see it right now. The character that I use to represent myself online is an Inkling. That's how much of an effect this series has had on me.
Yeah.
It's to the point where I use it as part of my online identity. And yeah, the character designs are a big reason for it. It's
they're very creative.
Yeah, super interesting, super creative. Yeah, I think Splatoon 3 improved on the long grind, but it still has many issues that compelled me to purchase it other than my other issues.
Yeah.
it has lots of long form content, all long form like not just content, but like unlockables and like achievements and badges. Although I will argue that some of those are a little too grindy, but that's a nitpick more than anything else. It's not an actual problem. How many resliders does that team have? Holy cow!
I have no idea.
I think it's only the two. If I'm reading if I'm remembering the stuff correctly. But yeah, the characters, Salmon Run, Splatfest, and also to another extent, the big runs as well.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though, yeah. Honestly, if Salmon Run didn't have the randomizer rotations, I probably wouldn't be coming back as often as I do, because that, in my opinion, is peak Salmon Run. Just not knowing what weapons are coming, the sheer variety, and well, not variety, but also the improvisation you have to do in order to last in those randomized rotations, especially when it's done on a stage that you may have never seen before. To my point, Big Run. Probably my favorite addition to Splatoon 3. And I'm glad that... Oh dear.
Well, I took him down with me.
Nice, nice. But I do agree with what Galax said earlier. Splatoon 3 definitely still has issues worth mentioning. We'll probably get into that in a little bit.
Like, I still want this to be positive, but I definitely know, like, we got a section where this is gonna be the best, where that's gonna be the best place to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
Nice.
So, nice. Go forth. Something else that I could talk about. Some people are hit and miss on this topic, but another reason that the Splatoon franchise has continued to stay in my mind is the music.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say that this track in particular is one of the highlights. To be honest,
hell no!
It's all right.
I hate this song. The song kind of sucks. Then again, I hear the song way more often than you do on a daily basis.
True. You do. But some of the songs are like real headbangers.
Oh yeah. Calamari Incantation,
I can point to
anyone?
boss tracks and oh yes, I can point to boss tracks and stuff like that from single player. But there are also select songs in multiplayer. Like the song Splatak has in-game lore and history around like the artists who make it for each game and stuff. And then in this game, I really like the song "Quick Clickbait" as well as Aquasonic.
I love all the Chirpy Chirp songs.
Yes.
When I saw that Harmony was an NPC in 3, I was like, oh, I see now. Hey, nice.
Nice, you got that one. Yeah. Welcome in, George. We're giving our thoughts on just Splatoon as a whole and why we keep coming back to the franchise.
Yes.
Welcome in. But yeah, music's another big point. Is there any other things to talk about? I know we're gonna talk about DLC later, so I'll talk about side order then.
We'll talk about that stuff then.
Yeah. Or should we move on to our next question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
okay.
Favorite game mode. Wait, was Mike? What? Oh, that's why. Oh well.
What happened?
I was like, why was I bottom when I got more kills? And I was like, oh, that's why.
Surfing.
Because the end zap got 22.
Well done.
Damn.
Well done to that player. Yeah. But yeah, our next question is what is our favorite game modes in this game, and that can extend in a few different ways. You can say single player, you could say one of the various multiplayer modes. I've already said it's Salmon Run, but I've got other things to say about the other modes. But yeah, why don't you go with this, C, since you have the since your response isn't predictable like mine is.
Yeah. Loved rank. I love rank. This is what I do a lot in my free time when I'm bored and just wanna zone the fuck out sometimes. Turf War, I don't find myself going to unless it's a Splatfest. I will be honest, after a while, Turf War gets kind of boring. The only times I ever play Turf War for, like, my own personal reasons is just because if I am testing a weapon that I want to bring into ranked. That is the only reason.
That's fair.
Okay. But my favorite ranked mode, it has to be either Tower Control, the one I'm playing right now, or Splat Zones.
Yeah, our good old payload and zone capturing modes.
Yeah. Rainmaker is still fun too. Rainmaker is still fun too. It's not like as... It's still good, it's just I don't get as much enjoyment out of it as I do Tower Control and Splat Zones.
And
but,
I'm curious, why is that?
I'm not... I think it's probably because there's a little bit more team coordination involved in Rainmaker. So, if you're stuck with a team that doesn't really know, like, what they're doing, then it kind of makes or breaks it sometimes. It makes things more frustrating. I hate Rainmaker. Oh, I want to see why you hate Rainmaker, Galax.
Yeah, I'm curious. What's your reasoning for that? Ken says Tower Control. I love Turf War, but I have more fun working together to control. Also, Splat Zones. I wish I could play it more casual. Yeah. I do appreciate that 3 added like series for if you want.
So you can play them in a streak, yeah.
The little time I spent in ranked in Splatoon 3, I basically was stuck to the open lobbies. Yeah.
High speed.
Heyo. Welcome in.
Welcome to Blaster versus Blaster action.
There's 2 of them on that other team.
Yeah,
One
and
of
then
them
there's
has slightly
me.
more range.
That means I gotta be a little bit more sneaky with my hitboxes. Like now. Never mind. I got killed. It's okay.
That's alright. That's just a regular guy.
There is range and the normal one.
Yeah. Oh, no. I was saying, like, I would have expected the custom blaster, the other kits, personally, but, you know.
Clam Blitz is kind of just there for me. I don't like Clam Blitz. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's...
Yeah, and...
That one, I think, even more so than Rainmaker, relies on pure communication.
And
or
unfortunately,
sometimes people just don't know what the fucking objective is.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Splatoon 3 does not have, well, okay, it technically does have native voice chat. You just have to do like a weird complicated setup with your cell phone, and God knows nobody likes doing that.
Yeah.
The thought is maybe the next game on Switch 2 will have native voice chat, since, you know, the console itself has native voice chat now.
Yeah, because of game chat.
Yeah.
4 prompts isn't enough. No, it's not. It's not. I wish there was more of an innate like game chat or something, but I understand why Nintendo doesn't do it, because this is more of a game targeted towards kids.
Oh yeah. To that end, I do think it's probably good that they don't they
I was fighting for my goddamn life there for a second.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, lack of voice communication. I understand why they don't have it for just regular lobbies, or else it's gonna turn into like we've all heard stories of the COD lobbies.
Oh god.
But I do think that what they need to do is, at the very least, just give us more communication options for those who don't use voice chat, even if they do add it in the next game. For example, look in the bottom left of the screen. There's only two commands you can give.
Nice.
Oh, here.
Booyah
There's
to
only
my
two
death.
commands that you can give. And one of them changes when you die. So technically 3. There's still 2 buttons on that D-pad that go unused. That can be something. Like maybe I don't know. Jump to me, or I don't know. I don't play ranked enough, so I don't know what commands would work.
Maybe watch out. Like a watch out command. Something like that. Because I know a lot of people like to super jump to me when I'm kind of in like bad situations. So me and Tony, whenever we communicate with each other, we kind of have to just make the habit of, hey, are you safe to jump to? Yes or no?
Yeah. And that's easy to do when you guys are communicating with each other.
Yes,
but
in
you
Discord.
can't do that very well. Yeah, you can't do that very well without actual voice chat.
Yeah. But also my thing, I like how I remembered I put in for my notes for Clam Blitz on this list is just ew. It's just ew. I don't like Clam Blitz. And Tony can, I can verify, Tony hates Clam Blitz too.
Yeah. Me,
Oh, nice.
I played a little bit of Clam Blitz when it first released on
Yeah,
nice work. I played a little bit of Clam Blitz when it first released on Splatoon 2. I understand like what to do and what the mode is and like what the objective is.
I
and
always
stuff.
just kind of
it's just not intuitive.
It's not intuitive, and I don't think a lot of people I see a lot of people just kind of like do their own thing whenever they do it.
Yeah, and while that can work in a...
I'll have you keep talking, James. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick here.
Okay. Yeah. I'll keep talking. Responding to one of Galaxy's comments, Pokemon Unite has teamwork issues, but at least there's ways to communicate effective strategies without a chat system. Yeah, and I think the building blocks are there in Splatoon for them to do that. They just need to, like I said, give us more options on the D-pad, and I don't know, maybe some specials definitely do encourage teamwork, like the tactical. We've gone, we'll probably talk about that more later, but with the tactical up, everybody can like be near each other, but it can also be like a choke point for your enemies. I remember Splatoon 1 also had the echolocator special. That is a great way to have like team support and teamwork without having native voice chat. Like it just points to where all your opponents are. If only it did a little bit more than that. And I'd argue that the spiritual successor, the wave breaker in this game, didn't really accomplish that. But yeah, I think there are definitely many expectations that people have for the next game in terms of communication, not just with native voice chat, but with more subtle communication as well. Again, I'd have to see more about what Pokemon Unite has. I watched a couple games when it first released, like years ago, just to see if I would be interested in the game at all, but I haven't seen anything else.
I am back.
Welcome back. Yeah, everyone wants to do big damage. You're right, Pen. There is there's a reason why
Mm-hmm.
why MMO communities a lot of tend to lean more toward DPS because big number go burr.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was hearing you talk about Wavebreaker. I gotta say, I agree with you, but probably not for the same reasons. I think Wavebreaker sucks as a special just because it is easy to counter. But
You
it
can
can
just counter by
also,
jumping.
yes, but at the same time, you can just not think about it, and it can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Yeah.
you probably fucking should. I'm gonna just say that.
Wavebreaker is it'll only kill you when you're already surrounded by 50 other problems. It itself by itself does not change a game.
It's yeah. Yeah.
While we're on the game mode talk though, what are people's opinions of the more secondary modes in the game? So we've already talked a decent bit about Salmon Run, and we'll be playing it more later. But this is one of the songs I really like.
Oh yes, this is a nice one.
But by secondary
sniper.
modes, I mean
maybe
in they damaged him.
Yeah, I got chip damage on him. It's not the same though.
In Splatoon 1, a secondary mode that I can remember is the I don't really call this a mode, but the little mini games that you had on the gamepad between games. Those are really neat.
I kind of miss those, to be honest. I understand why it's harder for them to bring it back because, we're not on Wii U anymore. But I kind of like them because it gave you something to do in between matches. Because I'll be real, I like the lobby system in 3. It's just that I get bored. So half the time when I'm waiting for a match, I'm just standing there. Just AFK.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's better. It's better than Splatoon 2, where you could do absolutely nothing while waiting. Speaking of Splatoon 2, though, the secondary mode, the dance minigame. I forget what it was called.
Squid Beats.
Squid
Beats 2.
Beats. Thank you. Yeah. I know some people really got into that.
I'm gonna be real. I know I'm trying not to be super ranty on this stream, like I do when I normally play ranked. I fucking hate dualies.
Just going against them.
Yes, I can't really fight them.
Okay. I love playing dualies for that reason. Yeah. What was I gonna say?
I wish you could see the side eye that I'm giving you right now.
I don't know what Squid Beats is. Oh yeah, Squid Beats was the rhythm mini game that you had in the plaza in Splatoon 2. I didn't really spend much time in it, but I know a lot of people.
Oh my god! I just realized that player's name is the cat from Hocus Pocus. Thackeray Binks.
Nice. And then another secondary mode to bring up, table turf in 3. I never really got into it, but I know Nomad loved it.
Nomad got into it.
He loved it.
I'm not too crazy about it either.
Yeah, I feel like more people would be into it if they had released online, if they had online multiplayer for it at the start of the game. But no, I think it took like a year for them to add online table turf into the game.
There's online table turf in the game?
Yes.
Well, James, that's how you know they did not advertise table turf very well.
Exactly. That's my point.
Does Miiverse art count as a secondary mode? I gotta say, I'm very glad that the devs decided to keep the stuff for that in the last 2 games, because they understood how much it meant to the community. even though some of the things people posted or drew were kind of strange, like
They have a moderation team for it, but they can be a little slow.
I will tell you one of the weirdest ones I found.
Oh dear.
This was back in Splatoon 2. I found a drawing of Sans from Undertale, up on a cross.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Good Miiverse memories, yeah.
Better than most. Better than most. I do not look
Yeah.
back on Miiverse very fondly.
Yeah, Miiverse had a lot of problems, but when it was implemented well, like in Splatoon 1, it was implemented well.
Mhm.
Of course, you know, you're gonna have that is going to be a range battle and a half.
Oh my god, I saw, like, yeah, there's 2 chargers on the other team, and a jet squelcher. Fun! If only Tony was here.
Yeah, Tony specializes in the long range.
Yes, I'm more up front in your face.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Where's everything? Oh, there they are.
Never mind.
Ooh.
I tried to be slick.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? As for whether it counts as a mode, I'd say yes. People spend a lot of time on that. Most people nowadays, though, if you're trying to do like a really detailed drawing, most people will like load up a special programmable controller to like make the drawing, not make the drawing for them, but like they draw it on their own digital art platform, and then load up a special controller to go pick the likeness and bring the art into the game. That's what they typically do. But I am very glad that Splatoon has fostered such a great art community as well.
Oh, yeah,
just because of that.
I've seen so many just great artists put out stuff for Splatoon, and I'm always just excited to just see what people make. I think,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, there is somebody in my server that actually does Splatoon art, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like art within the Splatoon game.
No, like they make Splatoon fan art.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's actually kind of good stuff.
Nice.
You want to play range? I can play range too.
Well, they jumped out.
They didn't like me.
Wasn't there a weird trend where everyone drew feet? Oh, to be honest, Galax, or not
Guys,
Galax,
no,
sorry,
please,
Pen.
God, no, 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 no,
Well,
no.
Well, yeah, I won't bring that up, but the Splatoon art community focuses on different things at different times. I swear they have to be like in a Discord server or something to like coordinate these things or something like that. I don't know how it works.
I don't get it either.
If they think it's cool, cool. Yeah.
Anyways, should we move on to our next topic? Our favorite weapons. You and I are gonna have different answers and different reasonings.
Oh yes. I think the question to bring up is, do we consider something our favorite weapon because of a favorite kit, or just for the weapon itself, or the main weapon? Yes.
I mean, I would say I'm more talking about, like, when I talk about favorite weapon, when I ask that question, I'm more like main weapon and the kit, but more primarily the main weapon, because that's what you're going to be using the most. Idiot.
Nice. I've got a few.
Ooh, Eddie
different
Sapper.
choices.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one.
I mean, that is a good one. That I believe the Zapper 89 was the one that was one of the weapons I played the most back in my time playing ranked on.
Oh yeah, 89 was fun. I don't really care for the kit of 89 in 3, but that's just me.
Yeah, good push, good push.
Yes. I like dualies.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I will say one of my favorites that comes to mind immediately is the Splatoon stamper. They added that into this game. It's new to 3, but I think it was handled really well. And even though I am awful with the kits, the classic kit of the Zipcaster with the burst bomb is a lot of people consider to be like one of the coolest synergistic kits in the game.
Oh yeah.
Good work.
I do gotta say one thing about dualies. I know I said earlier I don't like them. I did play dualies a bit in 2, but I just never really kept up with it, more because I was moving towards playing different weapons. So, usually, I like to play shooters, blasters, and sloshers. Sometimes I will throw a splatling in there every now and then, but primarily I stick with shooters, blasters, and sloshers.
Makes sense.
I just love the bucket.
The bucket.
Yes. Though, if I had to pick one slosher that I really love, it has to be the tri-slosher.
Yeah, short range, but is really fast. And I know the one you play is the one with tactical, the one that gives your entire team buffs.
Yes. Because
yeah.
it plays more like the tri-sloshers of games past. Which is what I'm more used to. Trying to think of like some weapons that I played in the past that I really enjoyed. My favorite weapon in Splatoon 1. This is gonna be a throwback. The Grim Range Blaster. Oh my gosh.
I heard legends about the Grim Range Blaster.
I love that thing, and I miss it dearly. I miss it so dearly. It was just, I love the design of it too, with like, it was like green flames
the green fire,
on it.
yeah.
Yes. And, you know, burst bomb. Like, you could throw a burst bomb, blast it, they're dead, and killer whale. It was just a really good synergizing kit, and it just was so fun to play. Even though I was not that great at it compared to me playing Clash Blaster, though I will be honest, Clash Blaster does not take a lot of skill. People are just dumb and do not know how to counter this thing. I have learned over the years. People do not know how to counter it.
The weapon. Anyway,
I really consider this weapon to be a hard skill check.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm checking it right now.
I don't remember if it was in 2. I don't think it was.
It says here that apparently it was, but it was one of the ones that was added like at the very end of the game.
Yeah. I think, okay, now I remember, and I was not happy. I don't think I liked the kit. I don't remember the kit in 2. Do you have that pulled up?
Yeah, the only thing that changed, it had burst bomb, but instead of killer whale, it had missiles.
Oh, that's probably why. It also probably just felt different in my hands, especially after playing so many other different weapons. Because 2 is where I really experimented with weapons.
Yeah.
And that's where I really fell in love more with the tri-slosher. Like, I played that in 1, but I truly more fell in love with it there. Though my favorite weapon to play in 2 was the Custom Splattershot Junior.
Custom Junior. Was that the one with Autobomb as the sub?
Yes, Autobomb and Inkstorm in 2.
Okay. Yeah. Let me guess. Was it because you like doing the combo of throw 2 auto bombs. Use your ink storm, and then throw 2 more auto bombs right afterward.
Okay, I actually played that a lot more before the ink tank buff happened, so I couldn't really do that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, Custom Junior. Custom Junior is annoying, but it's so fun. I always had fun with it. It was my ride or die for a long time.
You were there to be a menace.
Yes, I mean, I'm a menace with Flash Blaster, and I love Flash Blaster.
Yeah? Ooh, that was...
Ooh. Another weapon I really liked too. This is the last one, I promise. As you can tell, I love another thing I really enjoy about this game is just, you know, the sheer variety of weapons and just experimenting and playing different things. The heavy splatling deco in 2. I played that in Clam Blitz a ton.
Heavy splatling deco.
It was Splash Wall as the sub and Bubble Blower as the special.
Okay.
Hi, Derek.
Hey, welcome in, Derek. Welcome. You use a hero replica weapons a lot. Yeah. I'm glad that they were. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they had those in the game at all.
Yeah, they're gonna win. Yeah, there was no way I could have stopped that.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for weapons that I know and remember, I don't really remember the kit, but this was added later into Splatoon 3's life. I didn't really play this much in for the little time that I was in ranked, but a weapon that I grew to love over Splatoon 3's life in Salmon Run, and that I took into like the occasional Splatfest was the Nautilus, the second one, 73, I think it is.
79.
79. Thank you.
Yes. Anyways, it's 8.
Nautilus 79.
It's 8 now. Do you want to switch over to Salmon Run, or do you want to take a quick break before we swap over?
I think we should probably take a break before we swap over. But
okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to give highlight to the Nautilus. Just to have a Splatling with a charge hold mechanic is super fun and interesting to me. I wish more of them had it, to be honest. Although that would invalidate the one thing that makes it a Nautilus unique. Though they're not above doing that. What was it that they did to the GooTuber?
They made it so you could hold your charge.
Yeah, well, no, the charge hold was there at the launch of Splatoon 2.
True. I don't remember what they did with GooTuber, but it was something about it. No. You could move. You could move and hold your charge. That was the thing, because you couldn't move hold your charge with other chargers. So that's what made it unique. I think if Tony was here,
and then they later added it. Basically, I just remember there was something with the GooTuber that they just basically gave to other chargers, like in a later patch. I just don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
But no, they're not above making one weapon's unique mechanic into like something for other weapons in the class.
Yeah.
The only other example I can think of off the top of my head is the Swiffer's mid-air charge mechanic has been given to the Reflux as well. It's not necessarily overlapping in that. I'm glad that they both have it because it makes both of them interesting. But yeah. Anyway, it is break time.
Yes.
We've been rambling for a second.
Yeah, that's okay.
So,
me and James will take a quick break. Then we'll be back to play some Salmon Run. So if you guys need to get up and go get a drink, use the bathroom, anything like that, now is the time. In the meantime, I'll play some Splatoon tunes for ya. So we'll see you guys back here in a few minutes.
Yeah. Alright, I'm back. And I don't believe Z is.
No, I'm here.
Welcome
Nah.
back.
I already took a bathroom break earlier, so I didn't really need to do anything, so I was just kind of sitting and vibing for a little bit.
Yeah, fair
Listen
enough.
to the music, yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Shall we get into some
Also,
salmon
I see-
run?
Yeah. Also, I see you, Coyote. Welcome in. I appreciate you just popping in. But yeah, take care. I'm glad you're here for what little bit you can be. We're gonna be playing some Salmon Run while continuing to discuss.
Yes. Alright. Do you wanna get the room set up?
Yes.
Okay.
Do.
Alright, what's our weapons for today? Tri-slosher, splat dualies, carbon roller, and heavy splatling. That's not horrible. I know we talked about this rotation.
More trash saucer time.
Yeah. Well, depends if I get it. While we're getting that room
True.
made, we kind of talked enough about weapons. Let's move on to the next one, which is our favorite story mode. And I know we slightly kind of touched upon these before, but now we could kind of talk about this a little bit more in depth.
Yeah. Alright, room's open.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I still haven't
favorite
heard anything
single-player
from Tony,
campaign.
by the way.
Okay. If he, yeah, whenever he pops up, well, we'll just have him join my lobby.
No problem.
But yeah. Favorite story mode. So, actually, you go first because I think your answer's a little more succinct than mine. We discussed this earlier.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this. My favorites has to be Octo expansion from Splatoon 2. I've already talked about this before. I just love the aesthetic of Octo expansion. I love how creative it is.
The underground secret lab is so cool.
Yes, it is so cool. I just love how unique it is from anything we had seen before and how creative it was.
Yeah.
I had also learned the same people who did the stuff for I'm trying to think, for the like missions and stuff you did in Octo expansion, they did the shrines in Breath of the Wild.
In Breath of the Wild. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I actually did not know that.
So I kind of saw that since I'm playing Breath of the Wild now. I can kind of see that more in action.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that. That is good to know.
Yes. But it was just so hype. It was just so hype when it got revealed and stuff.
Yeah. Another reason to appreciate both that game and Breath of the Wild.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, ow.
It sucks today.
Yeah, we're sucking bad. Anyways. Yeah, unfortunately, I know I have opinions on side order, and I've explained to you in depth my opinions.
We'll get into that in a sec, yeah.
Yeah, about side order. I just feel like they did not do a good job of hyping it up, to be perfectly real with you.
Yeah, it doesn't help, like I said before, we've talked before about your,
hesitation with roguelikes.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, my answer is a little more complicated. Because I do definitely enjoy Octo expansion. It is definitely up there. I would.
Damn, small fry.
All right. I enjoy Octo expansion. I'm not sure I'd call it my favorite because I do also really like Return of the Mammalians.
That one's really good too. I would say that's probably my second favorite.
Yeah. The first, it kind of doesn't help that the first two single player modes were kind of more on the like we're trying to get to grips with this.
We're trying to figure out what we want to do with this.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it kind of has a little bit of that. But yeah, Octo expansion was when they really perfected that style, or when they were like really figured out that style, and Return to the Mammalians was another like very good work at it. I'm not sure which of the two I'd say is better, to be honest. But those two are definitely
they're pretty close. They're both pretty close, I would say. Personally,
those two are definitely still my favorite.
Yeah.
Those two are definitely my favorite for. Each of them, I'd say, have pros and cons over the other. Like, I'd say that Octo Expansion has the difficulty that Return of the Mammalians does not. But also, I would be confused if Return of the Mammalians did have difficulty, because Octo Expansion is
DLC.
a DLC campaign, whereas Return of the Mammalians is base game. It's supposed to be what people use to learn how to play later.
Yes. Sorry.
You're
I
good.
saw you up there and I was like, okay, I better not move before he screams at me.
Yeah, you're good.
Nah. We've had, me and him have had a history of us trying to save the other and, us not, you know, communicating very well. But it's okay. We like to joke about it. We need two more.
Yeah. Teamwork is the dreamwork and all that.
You guys are gonna have to tell me all about the 3 content.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
That's a time and a half. Also low tide.
Yeah. All right.
Low tide and it's dark.
Cannons. Whoever has the roller should go in the cannon.
Okay. All right. I'm in the cannon, so you keep talking.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Return of the Mammalians a lot. It definitely functions a lot better as an introductory campaign than Octo Expansion, but also it was supposed to be an introductory campaign, where Octo Expansion was not. So I'd say both campaigns accomplished their mission well. Now onto my next contender. I'd probably still say that this one is worse than Return of the Mammalians and Octo Expansion. And that would be Sire. Now, first off, what are your thoughts on Sire?
I don't like
You go
side
first.
order. I really don't like it. I think a big part of that is because I don't like the gameplay style. I am not a fan of roguelikes. And I have gone on record many times explaining to you my frustrations with it, because I am just the type that wants to feel like my progress means a fucking damn. And having to go back to square one every single time is a frustrating concept to me.
Yeah, Unfortunately, I don't think you got to the point where they unlock that feature for you to resume your run by like paying meta currency, and that is unfortunate. But I can still understand the problem with it. For me, I live for that.
I wouldn't say it's the absolute worst mode in the series. I wouldn't say it is. I would probably rank it lower than you would. I still see there are good merits of it.
Yeah, would you rank it above the campaigns of 1 and 2? That's my question. Because I still rank Octo Expansion and Return of Mammalians at the top, and then Side Order third. Hi, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hello. Okay, there.
Welcome in.
All right, let's get Tony in the room.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
But you do bring up an interesting question.
Yeah, where would you rank them?
Okay.
All right, room's open, Tony. Feel free to join whenever you
Okay,
feel.
I think I have a ranking in my head.
Yeah.
So this is from best to worst. Octo Expansion,
Yep.
3 main story, 1 main story, Side Order, and then 2 main story.
Okay, that's fair. All right, everyone's in.
Yay, everyone is
Hacksaurus
here.
and Pen both say hi to you, Tony.
Welcome, Tony.
Yeah. The only difference that I would have in the ranking is I would rank Side Order above one main story, but still below Octo Expansion and Return of the Aliens. And those two, I'm not sure which one I'd rank higher.
Yeah.
I'd really have to think about it. But yeah, I really like Side Order. I still go back to it every now and again, although I haven't in a little bit because I've been playing other games.
Yeah.
For me, I like the customizable difficulty. I like being able to play, being able to try and master. I wish there was more main weapons that you could use. I also wish that the tower went on for longer because like I'd like to see what it can do. Although I can understand why they didn't make the tower go on for longer, and that's because I feel like on the Switch One the game would explode. So maybe it's probably wiser they didn't.
We'll have to
But
see.
if they have a similar mode in the next Splatoon game, there's a lot that they can do to it. And that's the mark of a good idea. I think the Side Order is a good idea. Its execution, while I personally don't think was executed poorly, there are definitely things that can improve.
It just, for me, it did not feel as good as 2's DLC campaign.
Oh yeah.
It didn't feel good
Yeah,
to
I'd agree.
play. Anyways, now that Tony's here, we can have some of Tony's opinions.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the single player campaigns in Splatoon?
Yeah.
How would I rank?
Yeah. How would you rank them? What's your favorite, least favorite? What are your thoughts on the individual styles of them? I'm curious what your thoughts on Side Order are, because I actually don't know.
I think Side Order is pretty good. So it's not as good as Expanse, but I feel like the way I would rank them is like Splatoon 2's main story. Then
Is this best to worst or worst to best?
worst to best, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Main
Yeah, I do.
Story. Sorry.
Yeah.
Story. Splatoon 2's main story. Then 3's main story. Splatoon 1. Side Order and Octo Expansion.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
Fair
think
enough.
we're all like in collective agreement that Octo Expansion was the best.
If we were to combine our rankings, yeah, Octo Expansion would be at the top. Yeah, while we individually might disagree, I think our combined rankings would have it at the top. I'd agree on that one.
I'm gonna. Thank you. Might want to watch your back though.
Yep. Where are you? Yeah. I'm curious, Tony, why your more in-depth thoughts are on 3's main campaign, because I think you ranked that a little bit lower than I would have expected.
Yeah, because me and James ranked that a bit higher. Thank you, Tony.
I feel like it's not as good as that Octo. Like,
Oh yeah, I'd agree. Okay. I think it's about the same in terms of quality, but I can see why people say that.
like it's still good. It's just not as good as how Octo Expansion was. The Octo Expansion was like I guess most people put that as the Dark Souls of Splatoon.
Come on. Come on. There we go.
Okay, finally killed those stingrays.
Oh yeah, there were a ton of them.
Yep. Yeah. I can understand understand the opinion that it's
Yeah.
yeah.
One of my like complaints I can say about the Splatoon 3 story was more just you know, the little buddy you have, the little salmonid that you have, it was really underutilized. Because it's like, why are we going through the whole thing of, like, customizing it when it's only in single player? It just felt like a half-baked idea. Like, it's cute, I like it, but that's my problem. It's just kind of like, I want to see this go further, but my problem is I don't know what they could do.
I will say people have hacked Little Buddy into like multiplayer lobbies and even into Salmon Run. He really does not do much.
Yeah, he is just there. But again, I still feel he was underbaked, and the fact that, you know, he is a customization option when you boot up the game made me think, okay, this is gonna be a big choice, you know, like, this is gonna be something we're gonna be seeing a lot. Not really. Because once you're done with single player, you know, you're not gonna go back to it.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you don't really see him outside of single player. Yeah, I wish that wasn't the case. I kind of wish that he was like, I don't want to say more involved in Salmon Run specifically, but like, I do see the problem.
I just want.
If you're going,
I would like more lore as to like how the player character in this game acquired him.
Yeah, and we have enough lore to go off of in that like in that they found him in the junkyard, and the main character in lore is basically a scrapper. Like they find and sell used like junk.
Kind of like a salvager in Xenoblade.
Yeah, salvager.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
but I get what you mean.
Except minus the diving.
Yeah. Diving.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I see what I did there on accident. Point is,
no
I do agree. Little Buddy's a little underutilized. I wish that like maybe you could grow him into like from a little guy. I know it doesn't make sense from a lore perspective. I maybe grow him from a little guy to a regular salmon to maybe a cohawk.
Something.
Would have made spoiler for end of main campaign Splatoon 3 make a little more sense, but that's just me.
Yeah. Anyways, hope to God this is not glowflies. Okay, it's Mothership. Cool. Cool, we can vibe. Anyways, I think we talked enough about story. What's our favorite characters in the series?
Yeah.
And I know, okay, I also want to ask chat this. Chat, what's your favorite idol group out of the three?
Ah, yes. Pick your favorite idol group. Everybody thought that would be the theme of the final Splatfest. It was not.
I mean, in a sense, kind of.
It kind of was, but it also kind of wasn't.
Like, yesins.
Yeah.
What's basically your favorite idol in disguise?
Yeah. Me, I like Off the Hook. Our favorite lesbian duo.
I am OG. I am very plain. I like the Squid Sisters.
Fair enough. I don't have any problem with any of the other idol groups. It's just I think I like Off the Hook best.
Yeah. I like their chemistry.
Just personal preference.
I like their chemistry. Yeah. I think their chemistry is probably the best out of the three idol groups. Callie and Marie? Bruh.
Jeez. Hey, a lot of people I've seen online do prefer Marie of the two.
Yes, I mean, I will say Marie is one of my favorite characters in the franchise. I have a sticker of her on my water bottle. That says a lot.
because you two, as well as a couple people here in chat, were around during Splatoon 1's Final Fest, I'm curious, what team did you guys pick for the Cali versus Marie Splatfest?
I didn't play it, but if I did, Marie.
Fair enough.
I chose for the spot.
What, Tony?
I chose Marie for the spot.
Ah.
Also, my idol group is legit off the hook.
I just don't like Pearl's giant forehead. But I would say, like, character from the idol groups, a very good close second is Marina.
Oh, yes.
This is...
Carbon roller, my least favorite roller because of low damage.
But do we have characters that we like that are outside?
Oh, yeah, outside
of idol groups.
I mean, I like Captain Cuttlefish. He's neat.
Yeah.
Oh god, we've got to get eggs on it.
Yeah, we do. And I mean, at least the good thing is a lot of the characters are unique.
Oh,
And
yes.
they do stand out. Ooh.
A few more seconds, we're gonna hit it.
Jalonzo.
I forget, is it Jalonzo or Jalfonzo that wears the canonical fuck you shirt?
I don't remember.
Oh, actually, yes, Hexorus, I'm not sure if you're joking on that, but I do have to say, one of my favorite encounters in this game, is one of the kings. I do like Ouroboros. I like his legend. It is basically the legend behind Ouroboros is the exact same legend that's behind Gyarados. So like, take with that what you will. But I like that.
Ooh, nice. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's the exact same story basically. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Other characters. What's his name? Isopadre from Octo Expansion.
Oh yeah.
We love him.
Oh, somebody
our-
DC'd.
Alright, I guess it's just us three.
Well,
Best
alright,
of luck
guys.
to us. That was our pub that DC'd. How well can the three of us do?
Oh, boy.
No. Don't even move. Oh boy.
There is a
Need to
fly
kill that
fish.
Fly fish, yep. I'm going after the steelhead.
Alright.
do you
Goldie's
mean
coming
that
up the
didn't kill it?
basket.
Yep.
Oh, of course.
Okay, well there goes one special.
I'm gonna try and lure a Moz up the basket. Perfect.
Yep, you're good. Oh, that's another stingray.
It's mostly the
You take that
outside
scrapper,
material.
please.
I mean, Isopadre is just a cool dude.
Yeah.
I won't lie. He's a cool dude.
I'm bringing both a Maz and a Scrapper to basket.
Alright, I see the
that's another one.
scrapper.
That's another Scrapper. Alright, sorry. Discussion's gonna be on hold for a second as the three of us try to lock the fuck in. We have quota. Let's just focus on living. I'm gonna take out the fish stick.
Yeah. There's a big shot somewhere.
Yeah, don't even bother with it. It's only one.
Yeah, we got 5 seconds left, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Before next round, do we have like a favorite agent or main character in the series?
Yeah, and actually, I'm kind of with Ben. I do really like the agents, in that I like that you can. Oh, nice tornado, nice and easy. Hopefully.
Fuck yes.
I do like that the agents are all customizable avatars, but the community has kind of given them personalities that a lot of I know it's entirely fanon, but the community has kind of like just given them personalities that almost everyone agrees with, which I think is really neat.
I am genuinely curious what these are. I have like my own theories about some of them, but I want to genuinely hear what the general consensus is.
Well, for one thing, a canon note about Agent 3, now Captain 3, is that they don't take showers very often.
So they're a fucking sweaty Smash player.
In a sweaty Splatoon player.
Aww.
That part actually is canon, but and you know you take little tidbits from various places around the lore. What else is there? A lot of people land on the idea that 8 has PTSD because of Octo expansion.
I would not blame them.
And there's more to it than that. But point is though, you can give each of them your own like headcanon personality, and it makes sense because they're customizable characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pen is correct. The community does also land on 8 just being an awkward little bean.
3 Night of him.
Wow.
Another one.
Griller.
Okay, grillers. Use this wall if necessary. Whoever has the tri-slosher would probably be best at taking out the little guys.
Yeah, leave killing the grillers to me because I have heavy splatling.
Yeah. Yeah, heavy splatling has the highest DPS out of all of us.
Yeah, so I won't be talking much for a little bit. I gotta lock the fuck in.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of little guys there, boy.
Ooh, okay. I'm down, guys.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm coming.
Thanks much.
The other one's going after me.
There's one on mine on me as well.
Use the small if needed. Sorry, Tony.
Ooh.
One way to kill that quick. Alright. Yeah, leave the eggs to... Oh dear.
Oh, small fries.
Yeah, I'll come... Oh, okay, Tony, you can go up and get her up.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'll get the eggs. Oh no. I still have one more.
Follow it. Or not. Oh, no.
We almost got it. We almost
did. We did pretty good, though, for
we
just the
almost
three
had
of
the
us.
round with just us 3.
Yeah, we did pretty good, though. We did really good.
Yeah.
So no shortchanging that. Okay. Maybe Splatoon isn't the best game to play despite being a Splatoon discussion.
Well, okay. I'm gonna blame that one on our pub disappearing.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Okay. Next topic. Our favorite Splatfest themes and memories from Splatfest.
Okay. So since you guys have experience with the Splatoon 1 like themes of Splatfest and memories, why don't you guys start with that? What you got any from that game specifically? We kind of mentioned the Callie versus Marie one.
James?
What are you doing?
Okay, that was not you. Anyways, okay, I will be honest, I did not play some of the last few just because of things were happening at that time, because it correlates with an event in my life that.
Yeah, life happens. That's
You know.
that's understandable.
Yeah.
I
don't
you can't
really.
expect everything.
Honestly, compared to the Splatfest we have nowadays and what we've had following that, I don't really look back on the Splatoon 1 Splatfest. I mean, the sheer fact that, you know, it's the game that started them, you know, that's always good. Like, the fact that, ooh, hey, we have a reason to come back to the game every month. Like, there's always a new theme. Those are always exciting. It's just, they don't stand out as much compared to what we got in 2 and 3, unfortunately. Oh, Pen is mentioning the Ninja Turtles one.
Oh yeah, the 3 Splatfests they had in a row that were themed around the Ninja Turtles.
And I honestly did not really care much about that one, even though I played that one, because I don't care about the turtles that much.
I'm sure. I know the first round I was Team Donatello, but that was really just off of vibes because I'm not really a Ninja Turtles fan.
I mean, the fact that Donnie won was awesome, because if someone asked me, like, hey, do you have a favorite turtle, I would have said Donnie.
Yeah. It is cool that they sometimes do have the Splatfests.
Based off of, like, something, like, in real life. Like, I know they had a
like
SpongeBob
they had a SpongeBob
one.
one.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
I know they had, like, in Splatoon 2, they had, like, a big Sanrio one.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who won for that one.
I don't either. I don't even remember what the theme was.
It was like like a few characters going up against each other.
Yeah, I will say that
like-
some of my finest Splat. Well, yeah, continue what you're.
I'm trying to remember. It was like Hello Kitty, Cinnamon Roll, My Melody, and I think Pom Pom Purin. That sounds right.
I remember some. I know some of those names. Which, if my sister were here, she would flay me in chat because she loves Hello Kitty.
I used to be crazy about that stuff when I was younger, but not so much anymore. Anyways, Ken brings up a good one from Splatoon 1. They had a Transformers one in Splatoon 1. Where
I
it was,
forgot about that.
Yes, where it was Autobots versus Decepticons, and Decepticons won.
Oh, that's fun.
Again, that's another series I'm not a big fan of. So I just kind of just went with, like, the general vibe and what seemed cooler.
Fair enough. I don't know if I even played in that one, to be honest.
Well, that was in Splatoon 1, so probably not.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I thought you said it was Splatoon 2.
No. I know they did some, like, game-related ones, too. Like, I think they did more of that in 3, because...
Yeah, and that's what I was going to bring up.
I love some of the themes in 3, like...
Yeah.
The Pokemon one... That one was pretty good.
They had the Pokemon one for Scarlet and Violet, and then they had the...
they had a Zelda one.
Yeah, for...
Tears of the Kingdom.
For Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, and this was before I was even into Zelda, but I was like, ooh, I like this idea. The fact that they haven't done this yet kind of surprised me. I was Team Wisdom for that one. No shame.
Yeah, I was Team Courage.
I don't know what team Tony was on.
I was on Wisdom. I think we did it together.
Did we? I don't remember. It's been so long.
I was Courage, but like I said, I didn't really. At the time, I didn't really,
hey, James. I know this isn't related to discussion, but next round, we should probably find a new phone.
Okay.
Because this one is not really. He's kind of meaning.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
anyways, but I think like my favorite Splatfest memory of all was being able to do the global test fire for Splatoon 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I never got a chance to do the test fire for 1 and 2, because for 1, well, I don't know why, I think I just didn't care or something like that, or something was happening where I couldn't do it. And Splatoon 2, I didn't have a Switch, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I remember hearing that apparently Splatoon 1 also had not a Splatfest related crossover, but a crossover with like was it a manga or an anime called it was just called Squid Girl, I think. Or
Yeah.
Yes.
something
It was
like
in
Yes.
that.
Splatoon 1.
I'm not sure if that counts for the discussion.
That's, I mean, not, I'd say like a cool little thing in the series. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. So,
Okay,
keep talking.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I heard about it like after the fact. I do actually have that gear. Well, okay, I had that gear in my copy of Splatoon 1, and then my data got wiped thanks to USB thumb drive. Yeah, it was just called Squid Girl. Yeah. I wonder if it was any good. And I heard about that at some point. Galaxy says, I think I've experienced all the test fires. Oh, that must have been super. That must have been super interesting. I actually, now that I think about it, I don't remember if I experienced the Splatoon 2 test fire. I know I was interested in the series at the time, but I don't remember if I did experience it.
I'm back.
You used to watch the anime every summer. Okay. Was it? How good was it, Pen?
I swear,
If
didn't
you enjoyed it to watch it multiple times, yeah.
didn't the Squid Girl manga end not too long ago? I think Tony would probably know better than you, James.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with that theory.
I swear I saw something about it. But yeah, just being able to do the test fire, and I think Tony, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I swear I did it on stream on Twitch when I was still on Twitch.
Was it?
I don't remember if you were there or if that was with He Who Shall Not Be Named. No, I know He Who Shall Not Be Named was there. I remember that specifically. But I know it happened on Twitch. Just in case people were wondering, yeah, don't go looking for it. It's lost time.
Yeah, Twitch doesn't hold your that. Twitch only keeps VODs from like a certain amount of time in the past. I don't remember exactly how long it was.
It's like a week or so. The Splatoon manga is a bit weird. The weirdest of all the Nintendo mangas. Oh yeah, I've heard some shit about it.
Yeah, no, we're talking about a different manga, Pen, but I do know what you are talking about. Yeah, it is definitely a thing.
Oh no, that was Galax who said that.
Oh, my bad.
It's alright.
I only glanced down for a quick second. My bad.
No, you're good. Did you guys have any other like Splatfest memories you want to share?
I do. This is funny, but I joined team, but the team with probably the lowest popularity.
Team what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Team Bigfoot with Loch Ness Monster and the other one.
Oh, I remember seeing that Splatfest. I don't remember if I joined it or not.
Oh no! No! Oh, I was so close.
Because because the other two teams are so popular, they kept running to either
In a mirror
versus
matches?
each other, mirror matches, or versus themselves, and then they were having the
Mhm.
hardest time finding Bigfoot.
Mhm.
And I was like, man,
Bro, it was literally like trying to find Bigfoot.
It's a me thing, but I do have a good time watching it. One character shtick got old due to having an obsession with Weird Girl, but it's fun. Okay.
I mean, reminds me of Tatsu and his shtick.
Hmm.
And how that got annoying really quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we move on to the next question, to the next discussion topic?
Yes. This kind of goes into like what we were talking about before, but just our favorite general memories from the series.
Yeah. Memories from the series. I guess I can start because like the one I want to talk about is the most recent in the series history. And that is Grand Festival, Splatoon 3.
Oh yeah.
That was a thing to behold. First of all, it had the best big run before it. I forgot what it was actually called. It was not Big Run, because that was completely different. That was a different one. But
Grand
it
Big
had
Run?
that custom stage for it.
I don't know.
It may have just been called the Grand Run. I don't remember for sure.
Ooh, Tony.
but
There you go.
But I remember I had no plans at the time to even play at all in Splatfest. Then I saw the state, or not the state, the home location. Sorry, the
Like the
plaza.
hub world?
That's the word. Yeah, the plaza. That's what it was. Yeah, and that's what made me realize. Okay, they're pulling out all the stops for this. There must be something. And oh jeez. And for the first time in
Jeez.
I have no idea how long, I actually really enjoyed the regular multiplayer.
It was something to behold.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And I think for like me and Tony, since me and him have been playing since the very beginning, that also meant a lot to us too. We need one more egg.
I was trying to get it, but I couldn't.
Yeah. But I think like seeing like the sheer culmination of how far we've gotten in 9 years at that point, I think for me was just astonishing.
I think the
I
Final
don't really
Splatfest
have
in
any
one.
unique memories for Splatoon other than seeing a Discord collapse before my eyes.
What are you referring
What
to,
in
Galax?
the fuck, Galax?
wait, what?
What are you referring to? Because that sounds like a story and a half.
Oh my god.
You don't have to tell it in chat if it's too
TMI.
personal or something. But I am genuinely curious what you're referring to. Penn says, I think it was the Final Splatfest in 1. Getting the results was hard for me, but I took it on the chin and hoped for next game. That's fair, yeah. I will say for both Splatoon Final Fest that I've taken part in, I have lost both of them. So that's something. I did actually take part in the. Nice. Yeah. I lost Chaos versus Order. I was Team Order.
Me too.
Yeah. And then for the Grand Festival, I was Team Present. Not just because of off the hook representing, but also because I genuinely thought it was the best answer to the question that was asked.
TLDR, somebody posted a Discord link via art in Splatoon 2.
Huh. Okay. I could see that going many ways, but what happened to make it just completely go off the rails, I wonder?
I mean, James, it's just out there for anyone to see. They probably
Fair
got
enough.
they probably got like swamped with shit posters
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
and trolls.
What was it like? Was it a completely different like kind of vibe before the whole before the madness happened? That's what I have to wonder. Was it like, oh, we have a good time in this server, join up, and then chaos happened?
I
That's
will
what I'm
say, lesson from me. Don't post a fucking Discord link in Splatoon. Does that count as doxing? Great question.
I wouldn't say so because doxing usually refers to revealing IP address, and that is not necessarily IP address.
I just think it's just kind of dumb to just, I get it, like, you know, Discord servers are a place to, like, meet new people, chat with people that share the same interests. Like, hell, I have my own for that very reason. But at the very least, I don't go posting it in places I know I'm going to get swamped by immature people that I know can't behave.
Yeah, I mean, while that is still possible to happen on YouTube, because you know these YouTube videos are available for anyone to watch, it's not.
Ooh, easy one.
It's not as likely just because like this YouTube channel doesn't have as wide of a reach as like the posting in Splatoon does, because those can be seen by anyone at any time and are typically cycled in pretty quickly. Which like kind of makes me wonder if anybody saw the art that I tried to make for a Grand Festival. I made I made a mock-up of Noah's sword from Xenoblade 3 and you know put on some like supporting team present, because you know those who played Xenoblade 3 know the endless now. Yes,
we will not spoil.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. That's like
I know.
That's very well known. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how far that's spread. But yeah, be careful with what you post online. Basically, is the moral of that story.
You know, you should just resort to just cute cat pictures.
Isn't that what the internet is made for? Cute cat pictures?
Yes.
I
I'm back. I thought I broke the fridge plug. The fuck, Alex? What the hell are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Anyways. You know, speaking of cute cat pictures, in the Discord server, we got a new emote. It's Nico.
Ah, yes.
It's Nico.
Nico. The adorable Nico emote. Yeah. Okay. We start the final wave. Shall we just move on to our final topic?
I did want to say one more thing about memories.
Oh yeah, what's up?
So this one, I think the video is still up, so you can actually still find this. My reaction to Splatoon 3 being revealed in a Nintendo Direct. I was on Mike's stream for that, and I screamed bloody fucking murder.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is still, I think it's still on Mike's channel, so you can probably find it there. But, yeah, that was an exciting day for me.
Oh yeah.
As like a big Splatoon fan.
Splatoon 3 was announced and revealed like wasn't it like a year before it was actually like before it actually came out? Something like that?
Something like that. I know it was the same direct where Pyra and Mithra got announced for Smash.
To be honest, I don't remember exactly when that was.
That's okay. That is okay. I remember when Splatoon 3 was revealed, I was like, oh, leak from 2 years ago was real. You know, sometimes...
That leak from 2 years ago.
You know, the leaks, sometimes they just gotta cook. Okay, it's,
yeah, sometimes you just gotta wait.
Okay, it's King Salmonid, I think.
Nope, not yet. We changed lobby, so our pub has a different king meter.
Oh yeah, and Tony's meter is probably not full.
It is full. But...
It is full?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll probably, given what time it is, we'll probably play. How many more rounds are we thinking?
Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, just 1 or 2 rounds. Hopefully we get our king encounter.
Yeah.
The king is Joe right now.
It's Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Our last topic of the night. What do we hope to see for future installments of the series? Now that we have looked back on the franchise, it's time to look forward to the future. What do we want to see for the next game?
Yeah.
What are things they can improve on?
Yeah. First thing that comes to mind for me, and I wonder what people think about this, the kit system. Some people say that the kit system needs to be either reworked or needs to go. I'm not sure exactly what to think on that because I don't play much regular multiplayer. But I'm curious of what you guys' thoughts are because the current problem with the kit system is that it does limit what subs appear on what weapons and specials and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know it looks like they are kind of cutting back a little bit more on just the sheer amount of kits. So I know that is a thing that is happening, but I mean I like the kits because it gives you different ways to play a weapon. It gives you some sort of like creativity.
Yeah, because we all know that if they do give us like, okay, these are the subs, these are the specials, these are the mains, make any combination you want, people will just find the best ones and only play that.
True.
That is what will happen.
But I know some people like to be unique, and I like that. I still want the sense of like uniqueness and customizability to be there.
Watch out, Tony.
But I understand at the same time, like, the pitfalls of the kit system. I don't know if Tony shares my sentiments because, you know, he's the other one here that more plays multiplayer compared to you.
Yeah. For me, I think there is merit to the kit system, but if they do remove it, there needs to be some kind of penalty for specific combinations. Because there's a very good reason why we haven't seen a tri-slosher with a burst bomb since Splatoon 2.
It's
because,
just
like,
insane.
Yeah, it is an absolutely insane combo. So things like that would need to be either nerfed or just not allowed. There would still be limitations.
Nice, we both missed. Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome.
I see your message, Galax.
We'll read in a minute.
Up, Tony. Yeah. Oh, these guys are in the white.
Splatoon 3 didn't innovate enough to compel a purchase, so I want a change for the series, or to make a single-player story driving force. Okay, I think I can agree with you, Galax, on like things that because I know I like 3 the most, but I still think it definitely had issues. I do think a part of that was just they didn't change a lot, and it kind of just felt like Nintendo was more going into it being in a more live service format, more with like battle, like the catalog being essentially like a battle pass, which annoyed the ever-loving shit out of me. I don't like the catalog system. I really don't.
Yeah, I see the problem with the catalog system.
Because I think it was just more them trying to go with what was popular at that time. Splatoon 4, Squids versus Octopus. That was a Splatfest theme in 2. They've already done that.
Yeah, they have already done that, Alba.
I thought of that. Sorry, Alba.
Nice try. Yeah, Splatoon 4 definitely needs to innovate more than 3 did. The biggest thing that 3 added to the game really was just like the movement techniques, which is more high level than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see that at a basic level, or a first observer would not notice that. But should we make the room and keep going, or no? Are we going to call it there?
I think we're gonna call it there because it is.
Okay.
Because I mean we're already wrapping up anyways, and it's close to time anyways.
I did want to bring this up though because I legitimately want everybody's thoughts on this idea that I've seen thrown around a lot in the Splatoon community, and I want your 2 ideas as well as everybody in chat. What if Splatoon 4 was free to play?
Like,
and
you
by
didn't
that
have to
I
pay
mean
money for it.
You didn't have to pay money for it. The only monetization options, the only thing, and this comes with the caveat of we have to trust Nintendo to like not make the game entirely pay to win, which like I'm not too keen on doing that because like we've all seen the $40 Diddy Kong banner from Mario Kart Tour.
Oh my god! And don't remind me.
But one of the biggest problems that the Splatoon franchise faces right now is that it's not getting very many new players. Because not just because of the $60 purchase, but Splatoon 3 in particular has the problem of there's not much for a new player to do aside from single player mode. Mm-hmm. And even then, that isn't really the focus of the game. When you start the game, you're given exactly one weapon. You're not even allowed to create your user icon yet, and you're not even allowed to shop until I think you're level 4, in which where you're stuck with that weapon, and you don't get the ranked battles, which most people would argue is the most fun part about Splatoon, until you're level 10. And for a first-time user, I don't think that's a good way to. I don't think that's a good way to introduce the game. Make Splatoon free for NSO players. That's a good idea, Galax. Actually, because if you're gonna pay for Nintendo Online anyway, just having Splatoon free would actually that's a good idea. I do agree with that thought, Galax.
Mm-hmm.
The monetization, though, that's the part where we'd have to leave it in the hands of Nintendo, and I'm not too keen on doing that. Because ideally, the monetization would probably just come from either weapon skins or outfits for your characters. Which there's already a gear system for that. Just have stuff locked behind paid currency, and maybe have a way to earn free version of the paid currency.
Mm-hmm. I don't like. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, I don't like that idea just because I think it's more going into this feels still more like live service. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of live service games aren't living up to what they think. Because they see games like Fortnite do this, and, it succeeds for them, so they think they can do it. And it just doesn't work that way. And I think the problem is kind of reversed here. Splatoon, I don't want to say Splatoon should stop doing the content updates. I think like I said before, the content updates, when they do them, helps keep people coming back. There's always something new. It's
Yeah.
just more
And
of
the catalog. Yeah.
I don't like the live service aspect. I just think like the live update thing, Nintendo I think saw that it worked well for Splatoon and wanted to try it with Animal Crossing and Nintendo Switch Sports, which well, people didn't like
hear
it
that
in
didn't
those
work.
games. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I hear that didn't work. I don't own either of those games, but I hear it did not work.
Yeah, Tony and I can vouch about Animal Crossing though. No.
Yeah. And while I think it would, I do agree. I'd rather Splatoon not go free to play, because while I do think it would, because yeah, I don't trust Nintendo with monetization. Galax is entirely correct about the mobile monetization thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the biggest problem right now really is just getting people to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Splatoon 4 would, if they do go the because let's be honest here, Splatoon 4, if it was to be a full price game, it's going to cost $70 on Switch 4, Switch 2. Sorry, Splatoon 4 on Switch 2. It would cost $70, $90 if we include Nintendo Online.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hard pill to swallow for somebody who might not be familiar at all with Splatoon.
Yeah. I honestly, here's my thing. I think they've been playing it very safe with these last two entries. Like, okay, I get it for Splatoon 2, because, you know, that's a sequel game. But for Splatoon 3, I think they played it a little safe. Like, again, the theme was chaos of this game. Anarchy. And I don't really think they honed in on it very well.
Yeah, I'd agree on that front.
I think for the next entry, they should give you 4 weapons. The shooter, the sniper, the growler, and I guess the blaster. So that way people have a more grasp of what weapon they actually want.
I think...
Like, give more people a choice of a weapon that... Like, give more people options of what weapon to start with.
Yeah. I think, like... Personally, I think what they should do is kind of like what they did in Splatoon 2. You have a couple weapons available at the start, but but once you unlock a hero mode weapon, you get that weapon for multiplayer.
That was in that was kind of in both 1 and 2.
Yeah, or well, 1 you only had 1 weapon. But the other idea I had, I'd have to ask you to elaborate on the class system, Galax. But the other idea I'd have was maybe make the game, sell the game at a discounted price, and then have paid battle passes, like what is in. I understand that's a bit of a harder pill.
That is a hard pill
by having
to
the game
swallow.
cheaper, it would be easier for new players to be like to pick it up. Like, say it was I hesitate to say $40, maybe $50. Just having, if it could be a decently complete experience without the catalog, like just making the catalogs the paid part. If it could be a decently full experience without the catalog, then I think it could still be worth $50.
Okay. I still don't know how I feel
it's just
about
the catalog part
paid
with the stuff
battle
behind.
pass. I just
Yeah,
still feel
I agree.
like
It'd be a
Splatoon 4,
it'd be a,
they need to do something big. They need to get out of their comfort zone.
I agree. The issue though that we face is that it still needs to be Splatoon, and it still needs to be enough to draw new players in, because we've seen the problem of them playing it too safe, but we've also seen the problem of they need more players.
I'm fine with monetization if they have Pokemon Rumble type of monetization. Everyone is attainable with your $60 spent long term, but you can buy everything instantly with money. And then Penn said, I can see where you're coming from, but I just don't trust companies. Gotta be real.
Yeah,
I don't trust companies. That's why I'm kind of like, I am very hesitant to agree with this.
And it makes for interesting discussion. again, I'd rather the game just be entirely on the cart, and like not even paid DLC, just everything on the cart, and then just free updates afterward. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I'd
But
rather
it's
it
led
be.
to the problem. But that has directly led to the problem of people not being willing to get into the Splatoon series.
Mhm.
And the only other ideas I can think of are either free to play or cheaper price but with paid battle passes.
And I know that's another problem we've kind of discussed is like we're trying to see how we could get new players into the series. I wish, like, I know story mode's a good tutorial. Like, I think Splatoon 2, the fact that they added the other weapons in there really helped, and that some of those stages were intended to be played with a certain weapon. I like that, because it gives you, like, a sense of, like, okay, this is how this weapon is supposed to be played. I like that, and I would like to see more of that, so people can see, like, how those weapons play. Like, I get, the story mode in 3 kind of went more on the Octo expansion side, which is fine, but I feel like they were going with, like, the factor of, okay, this works, let's try it with this. Which, I mean, I'll say, it worked, but at the same time, I'm still kind of feeling like opening this up to customize that much freedom doesn't really help a new player learn how each of the weapon classes work.
Oh yeah, there is such a thing as choice paralysis.
Especially since we have how many weapon classes now? We have shooter, roller,
I believe there's
charger,
11.
Shooter, roller,
Yeah, there's
slosher. No, let me count them. Shooter, roller, charger, slosher, splatling, and then you have blaster and brush, the two like subclasses. Umbrella, dualies, stringer, and Splatana. So that's 12.
Yeah.
So,
Oddly enough, I actually just thought of another idea. If the main campaign of Splatoon 4 is another roguelike mode, what if upon completing the roguelike mode, with assuming you start with the one weapon from each major class, like you had in order or a side order, what if you just unlock that weapon just from completing it, kind of like in Splatoon 2? That could somewhat alleviate the online battle issue, but I don't know. That's just an idea I had. Splatoon 3 DLC almost got me to buy the game. Yeah.
I am a little concerned about how the single player for 4 will go. If it's roguelike,
no. At this point, it's one of those, we just have to see what they decide to do. But something needs to change. We'll see what they do.
Like, all 3 of us love the series. We want to see it grow. I just feel like it's stagnant, and I do agree with like what a lot of people have said in reviews, that each game feels like a 0.5. It's not a full number upgrade. It just feels like more of the same. And I wish they would step out of their comfort zone while still being the same game. But I know that's
I'll give you a great example. I know they're capable of doing this. I'll give you a great example of a game that's done that recently. Mario Kart World. That game it feels entirely different from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's very clear they stepped out of their comfort zone from the previous games to make this game. They could have very easily just made another deluxe style game that just felt like more DLC for a deluxe but costing $70 or $80. But they didn't. They went with the open world idea, and yeah, it's experimental. It's not perfect, but credits for trying something new. And if they can do it for Mario Kart, I think they can do it for Splatoon.
Yeah. I would say at that point, we would just have to leave it in the hands of the devs. See what they are thinking.
Yeah.
And hopefully the fact that, we're on Switch 2 now gives them a chance to experiment a little bit more. Because I definitely say, with some of the first party stuff that they have coming out for specifically Switch 2 from Nintendo, they are definitely trying new things. And
yes, absolutely.
I love that. Nintendo
trying new things and even going back to
been-
old things like Kirby Air Ride.
Nintendo has always been very comfortable with stepping out of their comfort zone, if that makes sense. Like, they're always wanting to try new things and experiment, and it usually always goes well for them. So I don't have any doubts in my mind about that.
Yeah. Yeah, usually goes well. Sometimes it is a misstep, but credits for at least trying. In terms for an example of a misstep, I point to like Mario Party 9. That was a bit of a misstep for the Mario Party series. Galaxy says make the game $40 and I wouldn't complain anymore. I mean, you do have a point there. If the game was smaller, and if Splatoon 4 was just Splatoon 3.5, but it only costed $40 and everything was on the cart, no battle passes, no paid DLC, stuff like that. That would be an instant sell. I'd still buy it.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else we'd like to say, guys, about Splatoon?
I think that's it.
I think Splatoon team probably working on Animal Crossing unless they got more people to have fully separate dev teams.
That's true, because the Splatoon team and the Animal Crossing team are the same people.
Yeah.
From Switch 1. If they might not be the case anymore, but back on Switch 1 it was the case.
And I know Monolith they had a hand in both those.
Oh yeah. I swear, at this point, what first party Nintendo game has Monolith not touched?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. Anyways, I think we got everything we wanted to say out of our system.
I think we're good. Splatoon's great. The next game needs to change something up, though.
Yes, I agree. Kind of to wrap it up, then, I want to thank both you, James, and Tony for coming and wanting to do this discussion. I know it was very last minute that I gave you guys this idea, but I was still like, this is something I know all three of us want to talk about and put our 2 cents in.
I enjoyed the discussion streams.
Yes, and I'm glad that everyone in chat likes them too, because I did see this time you guys got more engaged and involved with this one, and I'm very glad. I appreciate hearing from, my guests on stream with me and you guys in chat. So again, I really appreciate it that you guys enjoy these, even though this one was kind of just, we had very little spark notes in this one. We're kind of trying to re-evaluate discussion streams a little bit after the Xenoblade one. So I wouldn't say they're growing pains, but we're definitely still trying to figure them out.
We're finding our footing with them.
We're finding our footing, because I know I want to do more of these. And I know, James, you want to be involved with more of them, and I know you guys in chat enjoy them too. Glad I did better than the last discussion. Yeah, that's good.
You're good, Pen.
You're
You're good, Pen. It really is more on us with the Xenoblade one. That one I feel like we had too many notes on that one.
Yeah, and again, we're trying to reevaluate. We're trying to find our footing with them and see what works.
Yeah.
Anyways, with all that being said, do you have anything you two want to say before we get into what's going on next week?
I think I'm good. You guys know at this point, I also appear on Nomad's channel. His link is in the description. That's really it. I'm starting to wonder if at this point maybe I should just start linking my Blue Sky or something like that.
Maybe. I mean,
that's something to talk about after stream.
It is. Anyways, Tony, did you have anything you want to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Alright. Alright, guys. Next week, we got a little bit of a weird one for you. So, Miitopia is still gonna go as scheduled on Monday. Don't worry about that. And as I said on yesterday's stream, this week we'll be getting into big plot stuff, so don't miss it. Don't miss it. Those are gonna be jam-packed, and you don't want to miss them. It's towards the weekend things are gonna get a little wonky. So, because of some scheduling things, and because we got surprised yesterday,
Whoops.
yeah, because some things are not in our favor, we're doing things a little bit differently on Friday and Saturday. So Friday, we found out there's a big run. So we're gonna
we've got a big run event next week.
Yes. So we're gonna be doing big run on Friday instead. And it will be me, James, and Tony doing that. And you guys might be wondering, well, see, you usually do collabs on Saturdays. I know. It's just because schedules are not aligning on Saturday this week, so that's why we're doing it on Friday. That way, all three of us can get together and play Big Run together. And hopefully I can get my triumvirate kill. that would be really nice.
That's the hope. We're gonna try our best.
Yeah. And then Saturday, to make it up to you guys, we will be playing Miitopia. We will be playing Miitopia on Saturday to make it up to you guys. And as far as I know, it'll be me and James.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be me and James for that one.
Basically, our usual Saturday shenanigans stream is being moved to Friday, and instead we're doing another Miitopia day on Saturday.
Yes. You guys will, after the stream is done, I will post the schedule in the Discord. And again, as always, on Sunday, it will be out as a community post, along with all the other socials. Again, if you guys want to get the schedule a little bit earlier, join the Discord server. And friendly reminder for those of you in the Discord, if you haven't voted for the poll for CL's job in Miitopia, where we're going to stick with for the rest of the series, be sure to get your votes in. That poll is going to close before Monday's stream, so be sure to get those in before that stream starts. Because that is in your hands, guys. If Popstar is currently in the lead, if you do not want Popstar to win, then you might want to get your votes in. Just saying.
Yeah. Although I want Popstar to win. So maybe not.
So, I'm just saying, if someone doesn't want them to win... Yeah, no. Anyways, I think we wrapped up everything we wanted to say. So, I think it's time to sign off. Alright, guys. Have a good night, and we will see you guys whenever we see you again.
Take care, everyone.
Good night.